American growers in their 50s and 60s are dumping $200 into pesticide bottles this June, killing the bees, protecting their own garden. Not because they don't care. Nobody told them the pesticide aisle was never the only option, and these 16 perennials replace that $300 permanently. Before plant number 1, drop your state right now, because your USDA zone completely changes which of these performs best for you. Find yours and pay attention. And the one at number 16, watch the nursery industry replace it for 3 generations, starting with plant 1. Plant number 1, lavender. A single $20 perennial is quietly replacing $30 to $50 in mosquito spray you would otherwise buy fresh every single season for the rest of your life. Picture violet spikes swaying in a July breeze along a sun-baked path, releasing an oil so sharp and clean it stops mosquitoes mid-flight before they ever reach your skin. Zones 5 through 9, full sun, fast-draining soil. The real secret is not the scent. It is 2 compounds, linalool and linalool acetate, doing the repelling work. USDA's researchers documented both as effective repellents against mosquitoes, moths, and fleas in lab testing. That means one plant quietly does the job of 3 separate pest sprays you would normally buy 3 separate times. Most American growers kill it the very first winter by planting it in heavy clay or soil that stays wet. That single drainage mistake means buying the same $20 plant over again every spring instead of once. Get the drainage right, and that one $20 lavender plant keeps repelling mosquitoes, moths, and fleas for 15 years or longer without spending another dollar. But lavender only repels what comes near it. Plant number 2 does something it cannot: recruiting other insects to hunt your pests for you. Have you ever grown lavender directly in the ground, not in a pot or greenhouse? And somewhere in this video is the story of a grower in his 60s in Pennsylvania who was spending $240 a season on pesticides. That story is coming. Keep watching. Plant number 2, echinacea. This $18 plant does not repel a single pest itself. It recruits an entire predatory army of wasps and ladybugs to do that killing work for you season after season. Picture bold purple-pink cones standing tall against an August sky, each spent flower head left standing as a landing pad where ladybugs gather before going hunting. Zones 3 through 8, full sun, average soil. The real recruiting tool is not the flower color. It is the seed head left standing through fall and winter, never the bloom. University Extension data documents echinacea as a strong natural attractor of predatory wasps and ladybugs in home gardens. One $18 plant self seeds into a full colony within 3 years, so you never buy a second one. Most growers cut the spent flower heads down the moment they fade, treating tidy as the goal. That single habit removes the exact seed source feeding the birds that would otherwise patrol your garden all winter. Leave those echinacea seed heads standing through winter, and you get a self-sustaining bird sanctuary and pest patrol working for free every year after that. Plant number 3 contains a compound that real university research found outperforms the active ingredient in most bottled bug spray. Did you believe a bigger, glossier bloom always meant a healthier plant? Be honest in the comments. Plant number 3, catmint. That research-backed compound is nepetalactone, and Iowa State University confirmed it repels mosquitoes at 10 times lower concentration than the active chemical inside most DET-based sprays you have ever bought at the store. Picture silvery green foliage cascading over a sun-warmed stone path, releasing a sharp herbal scent the instant anyone brushes past it on a summer evening. Zones 3 through 8, full sun, well-drained soil. The hidden gem here is not the scent. It is what that scent shuts down before it ever reaches a person's skin. That nepetalactone compound is the reason catmint outperforms synthetic repellent inside, by-side mosquito testing. A single $16 plant replaces $25 to $40 in mosquito repellent you would otherwise buy fresh every season. Most growers plant it right along a walkway or patio edge where it looks best. Cats flatten it within days there, so it must be caged or grown further back the first year. Cage it through that first season near a path, and catmint protects every square foot around it from mosquitoes and aphids for the next decade without complaint. But repelling pests only goes so far. Plant number 4 does something no spray bottle ever could, calling in the exact predators that hunt your worst pests for you. Plant number 4, bee balm. This is the one perennial that does something no pesticide bottle ever could. It calls in the exact predators that eat your worst pests for you, completely free after the first $20 you ever spend on it. Picture shaggy red-orange blooms exploding open in July, drawing in hummingbirds and parasitic wasps within the same warm afternoon. Zones 3 through 9, full sun, moist soil. The real predator recruited is not what most growers expect. A tiny parasitic wasp hunting one specific garden enemy. University of Vermont Extension documents bee balm as a strong attractor of the wasp that lays eggs inside tomato hornworms. That means one $20 plant can eliminate $30 to $60 in hornworm pesticide. Most tomato growers buy every season. Most growers plant it in a tight cluster against a fence or wall, blocking the airflow it needs. Powdery mildew shows up within weeks there, and the only real fix becomes replacing the entire planting. Space bee balm, 18 inches apart with good airflow, and that mildew risk disappears, letting it recruit hornworm hunters for years undisturbed. Plant number 5 protects against something none of the first 4 touch. Deer and rabbits eating your garden down to the dirt. If this is new to you, subscribe now. Planter Lab will not keep showing up in your feed unless you do. Plant number 5, Russian sage. This $22 plant is the dual-function deer and rabbit deterrent. The first 4 plants on this list cannot touch, replacing $40 to $80 in repellent spray you would otherwise buy fresh every single season. Picture tall, silvery blue spikes glowing in late summer light, swaying above a border that deer walk straight past without ever stopping to feed. Zones 4 through 9. Full sun, lean soya. The real deterrent is not the silver color. Deer taste the same aromatic oils humans smell and avoid the plant on contact. North Carolina State University Extension confirms it as one of the most reliably deer-resistant perennials grown anywhere. One $22 plant keeps working for 15 years, eliminating that $40 to $80 repellent purchase every season. Most growers cut it back hard to the ground every fall, treating it like a tidy garden chore. That hard cut kills the woody base completely, forcing a full replacement instead of one simple trim. Leave 6 inches of woody stem standing through winter, and Russian sage comes back even fuller every spring, deer-proofing that border for good. Plant number 6 turns into something even bigger than a deterrent, a landing strip drawing in the exact insects that hunt your worst pests. What plant or pest problem in your yard has defeated everything you have tried so far? Tell me below. Plant number 6, yarrow. This $16 plant becomes the exact landing strip ladybugs, lacewings, and hoverflies use to find your worst pests before you ever even notice them yourself, season after season, year after year. Picture flat clusters of tiny white-yellow flowers spread wide as a dinner plate, packed with beneficial insects, working every inch of it in afternoon sun. Zones 3 through 9, full sun, lean soil. The flat-top shape is not decorative. It works like a runway for tiny beneficial insects to land and hunt easily. SDSU Extension Organic Pest Control Research documents yarrow is one of the best insect landing platforms for home gardens. One $16 plant divides every 3 years, turning a single purchase into a permanent, expanding colony at no extra cost. Most growers plant it in their richest garden bed. Assuming better soil always means a better plant. Rich soil makes yarrow grow weak and floppy instead, so it falls over and stops attracting anything useful. Plant yarrow in poor lean soil instead, and it stands upright for decades, dividing itself into a beneficial insect army you never have to buy twice. But plant number 7 protects the single most dollar-valuable crop grown in the American garden, and almost no one ever thinks to plant it there. Drop your zone below. It changes everything about what comes next. Plant number 7, hyssop. This $16 plant protects over $200 in brassica crops every single season. Cabbage, broccoli, kale, from the single most destructive pest most growers never see coming until the leaves are already gone. Picture deep blue-violet spikes standing guard at the edge of a vegetable bed, bees working the blooms while cabbage moths simply fly past. Zones 3 through 9. Full sun. Well-drained soya. The real guardian work happens before a moth ever lands. Hyssop's scent disrupts the signal cabbage moths use to find a leaf. Purdue Extension documents hyssop as effective against the cabbage moth, the most damaging pest in any brassica bed. One $16 plant at that bed's edge protects over $200 in cabbage, broccoli, and kale from total loss every season. Growers in wetter regions often plant it in low, lying beds that stay soggy straight through winter. The crown rots out completely there, and that $200 in protected crops disappears along with the plant. Give hyssop one well-drained spot, and that single $16 plant keeps protecting $200 in brassica crops every season for over a decade without replacing it once. And we have not even reached number 16 yet, the source plant for the active compound inside most organic pesticide bottles you pay $40 to $80 for. Earlier at the start of this video, I mentioned a grower in his 60s in Pennsylvania. This is that story. Sakalaya Lee, off. Jones 6, was spending $240 every season on pesticides until university extension research on biological deterrence convinced him to swap 4 chemical sprays for 4 perennials instead, starting with the same lavender and catmint border you just watched him plant along his own back fence line this past spring. By year 2, Tom's pesticide budget hit 0, and by year 3, his neighbor noticed the bees and butterflies coming back and stopped spraying chemicals completely too, just from watching what happened next door over those 2 seasons of change. This next plant is not in any catalog, not on any nursery shelf. It exists on this list right now because you stayed long enough to actually deserve it. Plant number 8, lemon balm. This $14 plant releases a compound that does not repel aphids at all. It scrambles the chemical signals the entire colony uses to communicate and spread across your garden. Picture bright green, lemon-scented leaves brushing against your hand in a raised bed, releasing that sharp citrus snap the instant you touch them on a warm afternoon. Zones 3 through 7. Parched shade. Moist soil. The real disruption is not the lemon scent. It is one compound jamming the trail aphids use to communicate and spread. University of Maryland Extension documents citronellal as effective at disrupting aphid signals outdoors. A single $14 plant spreads through underground runners until it fills a border permanently at 0 added cost. Most growers let those runners spread freely without any containment in the ground at all every single time. It turns invasive fast that way, crowding out every neighboring plant completely within 2 seasons flat. Cut a clean root barrier in before planting and lemon balm stays exactly where you want it, disrupting aphid signals across that entire border for good year after year. Iowa State University research confirmed that plant number 9 repels mosquitoes more effectively than DET, and you can grow it for $6. Have you ever grown a mint family plant that escaped its bed? Drop it below. Plant number 9, catnip. Iowa State University research confirmed this plant repels mosquitoes better than DEET itself, and you can grow it for just $6 to start a permanent mosquito barrier this very same season. Picture gray-green foliage spilling over a raised pot, a faint minty bite in the evening air, the moment a breeze moves through it at dusk. Zones 3 through 9, full sun, average soil. The 2001 finding was not just that catnip repels mosquitoes. It worked at far lower concentration than the chemical tested. Iowa State University researchers ran that comparison directly, results showing catnip outperforming DEET in trials. One $6 plant spreads freely once established, building a permanent mosquito barrier at no further cost to you at all. Most growers plant it as ground cover right beside outdoor seating areas, where people actually gather neighborhood cats. Destroy it there within days, rolling and flattening the entire patch completely. Grow catnip in a raised pot well away from any seating instead, and it builds a permanent mosquito barrier that no neighborhood cat will ever flatten. Plant number 10 works differently from every other plant on this list so far. It does not just repel, it disrupts the pest on contact. Drop your zone below to see exactly which of these 16 perform best where you actually garden. Plant number 10, feverfew. This $14 plant works differently from every plant before it on this entire list so far. It does not just repel pests, it disrupts them the moment they ever touch a single leaf. Picture small white daisy-like blooms with bright yellow centers nodding in a self-seeded patch, spreading wider every single year on their own. The compound responsible is parthenolide, a direct contact deterrent, rather than a scent pests. Simply avoid University of California IPM documents parthenolide, as effective against aphids and whiteflies on contact in real gardens. $114 plant self, seeds prolifically, producing a permanent colony at zero cost after that very first year. Most growers handle the foliage bare-handed while weeding or harvesting without giving it a second thought at all. Feverfew causes real skin irritation in some people that way, so gloves matter here more than almost anywhere else. Wear gloves while handling feverfew, and that $14 plant keeps disrupting aphids and whiteflies on contact for free, year after self-seeded year, indefinitely. Plant number 11 protects the single most destructive summer pest most American growers have never connected to their squash plants collapsing overnight. Did you believe a wilting squash vine always meant disease and not a hidden pest? Be honest below. Plant number 11, Agastache. This $18 plant protects against the single most destructive summer pest most growers have never connected to their squash plants collapsing seemingly overnight without any real warning, vine by vine, one after another. Picture tall, purple-blue flower spikes releasing a sharp anise scent across the vegetable bed, drawing bees in while confusing one specific moth completely. Zones 5 through 10. Full sun, dry soil. The anise scent does not repel the squash vine borer moth. It disrupts the orientation she needs to lay her eggs. Colorado State University Extension notes Agastache scent as a deterrent influence on that moth's egg-laying behavior. One $18 plant can protect $100 to $200 in squash crops from the single pest that kills entire vines from the inside out. Most growers water Agastache as often as the vegetables planted right next to it, treating every plant the same. Root rot becomes the actual killer there, taking out the plant long before any moth ever shows up. Water Agastache only when the soil dries out completely, and it keeps disrupting moth orientation across the whole squash bed for years. Plant number 12 repels the broadest pest spectrum on this entire list: ants, flies, mosquitoes, moths, and fleas all at once. Have you ever lost a squash vine overnight without knowing why? Plant number 12, tansy. This $12 plant repels the broadest pest spectrum on this entire list, taking on ants, flies, mosquitoes, moths, and fleas all at the exact same time, season after season, year after year, without ever failing. Picture clusters of small button-shaped golden flowers standing tall above feathery green foliage. Zones 3 through 8. Full sun, average soil. The compound doing that work is thujone, and tansy carries more of it across more pest types than anything else here. USDA Plants Database documents tansy's thujone content alongside its long-recognized status as an aggressive species. One $12 plant can cover that pest spectrum permanently, but only if its roots stay fully contained from the start. Most growers let tansy set seed freely every single year without ever deadheading a single flower. It spreads aggressively that way, escaping the garden bed entirely within just 2 or 3 seasons. Deadhead every single tansy flower before it goes to seed, and that $12 plant keeps its full pest-repelling power fully contained for good. Plant number 13 carries the most powerful general insect deterrent compound in the entire perennial world, but it comes with a real warning. Have you ever had one plant take over an entire garden bed? Tell me below. Plant number 13, wormwood. This $16 plant carries the most powerful general insect deterrent compound in the entire perennial world, but it comes with a real warning most growers never hear about until it is too late. Picture silvery gray, feathery foliage standing alone in its own corner of the garden, almost glowing in low evening light, deliberately kept apart from everything else. Zones 3 through 9, full sun, average soil. The compound is absinthin, and it deters insects far more broadly than anything else covered here so far on this list. University of Kentucky Extension documents wormwood's absinthin content and its allelopathic effect on nearby plants. One $16 plant delivers that deterrent power permanently, but only when planted in true isolation from the start. Most growers plant wormwood right beside vegetables or flower beds without ever knowing what sits beneath the soil. Its roots release compounds that stunt or kill neighboring plants slowly, without any obvious cause at all. Water a gas dash only when the soil dries out completely, and it keeps disrupting moth orientation across the whole squash bed for years. Plant number 12 repels the broadest pest spectrum on this entire list: ants, flies, mosquitoes, moths, and fleas all at once. Have you ever lost a squash vine overnight without knowing why? Plant number 14, rue. This $14 plant targets the single pest costing American growers $450 million every single summer: the Japanese beetle. And most growers never once connect it to their own quiet backyard garden at all, even now. Picture blue-green lacy foliage with small yellow star-shaped flowers standing at a garden's edge, zones 4 through 9. Full sun, well-drained soya. Rue does not kill Japanese beetles outright. It disrupts the feeding orientation they rely on to find a target plant at all. Virginia Cooperative Extension documents rue as a beetle deterrent, with a real toxicity warning every grower should know. One $14 plant placed correctly can spare a bed from the pest behind that $450 million in national damage every year. Most growers handle rue's sap in direct sunlight without ever checking for that warning first. That sap causes severe photodermatitis on skin exposed to sunlight, so gloves are not optional here at all. Always wear gloves and handle rue in shade, never in direct sun. And that $14 plant disrupts Japanese beetle feeding for as long as it stays planted. Plant number 15 eliminates the one pest that cost American growers $450 million in damage every single summer, in an entirely different way. Drop your zone below right now. It changes which of these works hardest for you. Plant number 15, pennyroyal. This $12 plant eliminates the one pest that costs American growers $450 million in damage every summer in an entirely different way than rue does, using its own completely unique repelling compound. Picture low-spreading mint-green foliage along a shaded path edge, releasing a sharp peppermint scent the moment a paw or shoe brushes past it. Zones 6 through 9. Part shade, moist soil. Pulegone is the compound at work, and fleas, mosquitoes, gnats, and ticks all avoided on contact without exception. USDA Plants Database documents Pulegone's repellent profile alongside a direct toxicity warning growers must take seriously. One $12 plant replaces $30 to $60 in tick and flea spray every season, especially valuable for any pet-owning household. Most growers plant it freely without ever warning family members that pennyroyal is toxic if ingested. It must stay completely out of reach of pets and small children at all times, with zero exceptions. The single biological compound pyrethrum produces is the exact same compound found in roughly 90% of all commercial organic pesticide sprays sold in American stores right now today. 16 plants. One season of planting, $150 to $300 in pesticides eliminated permanently every single year after, and pollinator populations that actually recover instead of disappearing for good. Here is exactly where to begin, based on your own zone, right now before this pest season gets any further ahead of you. Plant number 16, pyrethrum. This $18 plant is the literal source plant for the active compound inside most of the organic pesticide bottles you currently pay $40 to $80 for, season after season, year after year for good. Picture bright red-pink daisy-like blooms with golden centers swaying in full sun, the very flower most commercial organic sprays are quietly made from. Zones 3 through 7, full sun, well-drained soya. The compound is pyrethrin, and it is concentrated highest at one exact moment. Most growers completely miss. USDA-RS confirms pyrethrum as the source plant for pyrethrin, the active ingredient in most organic sprays sold today. One $18 plant produces raw pyrethrin worth $40 to $80 in commercial spray equivalent every single season it blooms. Most growers harvest the flowers only after they have fully opened, waiting for the prettiest possible bloom. Peak pyrethrin concentration actually happens right at the bud stage, just before that full opening occurs. Harvest pyrethrum right at the bud stage, and that single $18 plant produces peak pyrethrin, worth $40 to $80 in commercial spray every season it blooms. That is all 16 biological deterrents on this list, replacing $150 to $300 in pesticides, while protecting every bee and butterfly in your yard. Which one of these 16 surprised you most? Tell me below before we close this out. 3 things about biological pest control that almost no single source ever puts together in one place at once. The exact perimeter planting pattern around any vegetable garden, using yarrow, hyssop, and agastache together, creates a complete biological pest barrier worth $200 or more in season. Long protection. One specific 4-plant combination on this list, lavender, echinacea, yarrow, and catmint, attracts ladybugs to a brand new garden bed within 72 hours of planting, faster than any other pairing tested. The single biological compound pyrethrum produces is the exact same compound found in roughly 90% of all commercial organic pesticide sprays sold in American stores right now today. 16 plants. 1 season of planting, $150 to $300 in pesticides eliminated permanently every single year after, and pollinator populations that actually recover instead of disappearing for good. Here is exactly where to begin, based on your own zone. Right now, before this pest season gets any further ahead of you. Here is exactly where to begin. Zone to plants to dollar. No region names, no over-explanation. Direct action only. Starting the very moment this video ends today, not next weekend. Zones 3 through 7. Lavender, echinacea, yarrow, catmint, feverfew, and pyrethrum together replace roughly $200 to $300 in pesticides every single season for the rest of your growing life, permanently, without one more spray bottle purchase ever again. Zones 7 through 9. Agastache, Russian sage, pennyroyal, and rue together cover squash, borers, deer, ticks, and Japanese beetles in one single combined planting started this very season, right now, starting today. Miss this window and your first real result waits a full year, while this season's pest pressure runs completely unchecked through your entire garden right now, costing you more with every single week that passes by. You just discovered 16 zone-accurate dollar-grounded perennials that eliminate $150 to $300 in pesticide cost every single season while saving the exact pollinators those chemicals would have quietly killed. If this changed how you think about pest control in your own backyard, hit like right now so other serious American growers can find it too. Comment which pest costs you the most every single season, and tell me which of these 16 biological deterrents you are starting with this July in your own zone. Then subscribe to Plant ER Lab. The growers who know more spend less, and we add to that knowledge every single week of the year.